I do know that I'm not in competition with Jared, but guess what? I won the race this time. I am the first channel to get this knife in hand. Let's turn this around and look at this awesome new updated version of a Katsu knife that you're not going to see anywhere but here. Guys, it is currently 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, and I'm filming because the folks at Katsu, I got to get a jump on this if I want to beat Jared to the punch. The folks at Katsu Knives made sure that I was the first channel to get this item, the new and improved JT03 folding knife by Katsu Knives. Now, this has had a few changes. Let's go ahead and get this box out of the way. So what are we looking at here? Sorry, Jared, I had to beat you to the punch. This is an S35 VN top flipper only blade done with a titanium handle. This is the Mars Valley carbon fiber, which is beautiful, beautiful. It's got a titanium nitride coating on the blade. And I got to say, this is not a little knife. You're coming in at about 9 inches. This thing is absolutely beautifully done. It is a top flipper only with a Japanese style top flipper, but the action on it is just ridiculously good. Running on ceramic caged bearings, ceramic detent ball, steel lock bar insert. This thing is really, really impressing me. They did not do any weight reduction on this. So this is a beefy, beefy knife. Really nice and straight on this, but it still has got a really good feel. You got a long pocket clip on this that has got a good bit of movement and flex. And if you look, it's unique. I was afraid there was going to be too much tension on this pocket clip, but the fact is it's a catamaran style. If you guys don't know, that means double hulled or a split pocket clip. So that means that there's not a lot of tension going into that in pocket. This has got a very distinct blade shape, much akin to a Chinese sword. It's got this swept up point that's kind of hollowed out here. This thing is sharp. Now, I did do some cutting with it, and then I touched it up on a ceramic stone. This is very, very sharp from the factory. Nice and thin. I gotta say, I have yet to see any of the Katsu Knives products that don't cut well. And this thing, even though it's a flat grind, it is not a full convex like the carbon fiber version of that CK01 that you've seen in a bunch of videos. It's a full flat grind, but look at how thin that comes down behind the edge. Super thin, super slicey. Your flipper tab, which has got some jimping on it for purchase, also then turns into a thumb ramp, and it's got some jimping there to prevent you from going forward. I love the fact that they use the same coating on the blade, and then the same, well, they put the coating on the blade, the titanium nitride coating, and then did the same finish on the scales. It gives it a very clean look. It looks antique. The Mars Valley carbon fiber on this is definitely attractive. I didn't think I was going to like the Mars Valley stuff because it is kind of garish and over the top, but on this knife, it really works. And then titanium hardware that has been beautifully, beautifully anodized. The pocket clip is not a hot spot. On a big knife like this, a big pocket clip feels good. You've got a really nice long pocket clip that is unique looking. You can see how it slides up. It goes into pocket really, really easily. You've got a finger choil here and then one here as well. Access to the lock bar. You can see here, you've got that finger choil there and there. Your forward access to the lock bar becomes a finger choil, but it's not been done too far down. So they didn't clean this up, narrow this out to a point where any of this feels skinny or unpleasant. Your access to the lock bar just is, it's amazing. It's just about perfect on this. Now, the other thing about this is a decent size knife, but it doesn't feel unwieldy. I've said it a bunch of times. There are some knives that just feel too long past the pivot, and having this really straight profile means that you can get clear up on this and still utilize the piercing tip on this. It's your finger clear up on that, and you can still do a lot of detail cutting. And then this thing is just really piercing, even though it is not, it's not a clip point. It's more akin to a Warncliffe than a sheep's foot, but it definitely has got some piercing capabilities to it. And then it is gently radiused all the way from heel to tip. So you can do some slicing like this that you would want on a radiused or curved blade, but you don't give up anything because it definitely feels a lot like a completely straight blade. And you can get past that thumb ramp and get up on here and then just really power down. So really, really good. There are a couple little negative things. Katsu Knives knows that I'm going to give them an honest review. There's a couple little negative things that I have found about it. And we'll talk about those just in a moment after you guys hear from whatever sponsor I decide I'm going to throw in when I edit this tomorrow.
Guys, with Halloween officially being in the books, you know what that means. It's the start of the holiday season, which means Coffee Brand Coffee is starting to release some of their new flavors. You can see me opening up the one that they sent me right there. This is the butterscotch toffee. It is amazing. I'm having a cup of it right now. They have got some of the best flavored coffees you're going to find. All of their coffee is roasted on demand when you order it, ground or bean sent to your door. They also have cocoa. They have tea. They have got cold brew bags. And the thing is, now that it's the holiday season, they are starting to do their gift boxes. So if you want to get a gift for someone for Christmas, I absolutely recommend it. There is no risk because it's a money back guarantee if you try their coffee. And you can save 10% with my link. So check them out. Give them a shot. I absolutely love what they're doing over there. Guys, I got to get out of here and get back to filming.
So not necessarily a negative thing. I dig this. This is a very, very good front flipper, but it is a front flipper only. So it doesn't have thumb studs and it doesn't have a flipper tab, which I'm digging it because this is a really good one. You can see right there, like I have a hard time doing that index finger flip and I don't have a problem with this. And even on a big, big knife like this. Now, the next thing is kind of a me thing. A lot of people don't complain about this, but I have noticed just in today's carry, there is a bit of a sharp spot. I can take care of this and the next issue by myself. I may just take like a, here, let me zoom in ever so slightly. I may just take a sanding stick and clean this up, but there's a little sharp spot, right? Just a little corner. Can you see it right there? And I get it, it's chamfered over and they didn't get it quite chamfered. So you can see there's a little spot that sticks out right there. I find that just like, it just irks me a little bit on some of those things. So it's not horrible. Next thing is another thing that I probably will correct on my own. The pocket clip is in the pocket, going in the pocket, not a problem, especially like I said, with it being kind of split down the middle. You don't have as much surface area, but it is kind of abrupt and I do feel it coming out of pocket that it catches on that top lip. So I probably will take this and put it on a Scotch-Brite wheel and just knock the corners off of that on each side. You can see it just kind of comes down to a harder, sharp corner. I might just round that out ever so slightly a little bit more on my own. Just to make sure that I can remove it from the pocket the way I want. The next thing, I wish, man, guys, I'm sorry, Katsu. Like you took some of my pointers that I gave, that I told you guys. They asked me some questions, what I would change on some stuff. I would have made this come further up. I would have used a little bit more carbon fiber. Like I would have went all the way from here. You can see how it would go all the way from heel up to here, but then it doesn't go all the way up to here. I think I would have extended this up. I would have brought this up to further up and then here. It's just an aesthetic thing for me. But I mean, basically that's it. There's not anything. As a matter of fact, this is one of the few single point pocket clips that I've had come in that did not have blade play. And you can see it's because they pocketed that out. So like overall for me to be that's not picky about a knife, just the action on that is insane. This is a great, great knife. I will put a link to this down below. Katsu Knives is one of my affiliates. So if you guys are interested in purchasing this thing is great. I do love it. And I do want to point out and definitely be appreciative of the fact that they sent this to me before they sent it to any other channel. I know that Jared has one on the way, but I just have the opportunity to be the first one to review this knife. It feels kind of good. It's kind of cool to have that kind of relationship with a company. So let's turn this around. We'll do some final thoughts and send you out about your day.
Okay. Intro was funny. It is late. It is about 11:30 at night. I'm finishing this up. I definitely dig this knife. I love the Katsu Knives. They have been awesome to work with. I do have an affiliate link with them, so the purchases that you guys make, I do get paid, but they are not paying me for a review. There are a couple small issues with this knife, But all in all, this thing is really good. And I do like a well done big knife from time to time. A couple of my last videos have all been like really big knives. I think the last 3. So guys, it's late. I don't want to keep doing this. I love you all. You guys know that, but I have to go to bed. So you guys go check out my sponsors. I know I threw a sponsor link in. It's probably Coffee Brand Coffee, but there's also Tempered Trail, Doll Strong Knives. And yeah, Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee and Tempered Trail have got discounts built into their links. You can also use coupon code Crazy Sharp, all one word. That also works over at Beyond EDC, which is going to save you 40% for the rest of the month of December and maybe more in the future. We don't know yet. I'm working, I know the owner and we're friends. You can use that also at Rosecraft Blades and Fair and Forge Knife Works. That saves you 10%, I think, at both of those. There's vendors down below at most of the majority of the vendors. I have put a link to this knife down below. I know I put a thing down there telling you that it would be down there. But I also have a membership. Take a look at that membership. Pick a tier that fits what you want. I do giveaways, exclusive content. There's a private Discord server. And I have a premium tier sharpening tutorial series. There is also a public Discord that's available to everyone, so follow that and check it out. Guys, that's it. I'm not going to stay here any longer. I love y'all. Keep it clean in the comment section if it's your birthday. Happy birthday. And I'll see you in the next video.